Hey everyone, this is Eric with Guppy Gang Aquatics. So I recently moved about 4 months ago, and it took me that long to get my fish room where it's at now. So I thought I'd do a little update video. It's a pretty cool little room. Got some work to do. I got a bunch of supplies today in the mail from Amazon. So I'm going to be centralizing the air system in my entire fish room and getting my breeding racks going, so that's exciting. So we'll just do a quick tank by tank, and then I'll show you what I got just to basically enhance the fish room, and we'll go from there. So yeah, this is just a 10 gallon I have, very low tech. I use it as a quarantine tank, and this platy is egg bound. Been feeding her some foods to get her tried to not be egg bound. I'm not sure really what else to do. I've tried everything that I can think of, and she's just having a rough time. She's old, she's had a lot of fry, so she's kind of just chilling there with a couple guppies, guppy Endler hybrids actually. I have a male betta down here, some snails, 10 gallon. I have a 1 gallon here that I just do snails in. Can never have enough snails around here, so yeah. I got a 10 gallon down here. This is a golden Anacara pair. I know they do best in groups, but I just got a pair to see what they would do in a 10 gallon, and haven't done much, so they're kind of just taking up space. I like them, so I think I'm gonna get a couple more pairs, and then we'll go from there and see what happens. Up top here I have a 20 tall, so if you notice, it is extremely planted. So there are a bunch of ram's horn snails in here, a bunch of Endlers I got from Ken Edwards way back, over a year ago. Wow, it's been a long time. But I got a bag of like 300 from him, and then I've just had them ever since. And a lot of them go to my flower horn. He seems to like those. He goes on strike and doesn't eat the beef hearts and stuff like that. You'll see him in a minute. We'll go next door here, and this is just some more Endlers. And some shrimp, and in here there's tons of shrimp too. Forgot to show you guys that. Hop back over there real quick. Sorry about that. There's lots of shrimp in here. There's some shrimp in here. I think I put like a dozen in here. We'll try to get another colony going. Some guppy grass. By the way, all of this hornwort and guppy grass that you see in my fish room, all of it came from a little clump that I got from Ken Edwards. Again, shout out to that guy. He kind of got me motivated after seeing his house, all the tanks and stuff, when I picked up the Endlers and started watching YouTube videos. Found all the fish guys on YouTube, and he's been growing his channel, and I've been putting mine off, so I figured I'd start after I saw him on LR Brett's tonight. Figuring my my fish room's decent enough to be showing off now. So down here is a grow out tank for a ton of Epistogramma cockatoides super reds. So we got a lot of fry in here. Some in that cave you can kind of see. Got some glare going on for sure though. And again, snails. I got a 55 I need to build out right here. I've got a big sheet of veneer to put over this once I set this up on some 2x6s. And that'll be under my 135 here. This is my 135 just crazy community. It's the trap house is what I like to call it here at Guppy Gang Aquatics. Got a bunch of giant Danios, Siamese algae eater. There is a Chinese algae in here, red-tailed shark, albino bristlenose plecos. In here is a long fin blue-eyed ancistrus lemon pleco, bunch of white clouds, some platies in there. This is Scar, wild type angelfish. He's a big guy. I got him at Petco for $1 on donation, and he'll be going in with these other angels that are about to breed. And once they breed, I'll pull the fry, and that's in the tank next door. But there's a lot of life going on here. I've got a Bolivian ram in here. His female died. I got a McMaster Gold, Epistogramma McMaster Gold in here. His female He's actually killed a few of them. And I've got some bloodfin tetras, a bunch of different rasboras. Surprisingly, I have a school of 6 pea puffers in here. And there's 3 of them right there. And they live fantastically. They bicker a little bit, but they love this giant tank. I haven't had any issues, so judge me if you will, but sometimes it works, and when it works, and you know, it works. One of the very first fish I got is Gary the gourami. He's a opaline gourami, I believe. Little pea puffer going by, you see him there. This tank is lit with 2 40-watt LED lights I just got from Home Depot. I swapped them out from the fluorescent bulbs that I had. We get a nice little pan view of this, you know, widescape. Giant Amazon sword. Come down here without the lights in there, but those lights are kicking it compared to what I had before. For $10.88 a piece, I mean, just in the couple days I've had them, I can see the difference in plant growth. Yeah, that's the trap house. We'll move on. Here's my angel tank. And you'll notice in here I do have a dead guy. So that's no good. It's an inler, a male inler, so we'll pull him out of here when the video's done. These are paired up. They've been cleaning this piece of fluorescent light cover that came off one of the LED lights, a different light I had, and they seem to want to lay on it, so I sterilized it real good with H2O2 and yada yada yada. We'll go from there. Got some Sagittaria in here, which is cool. Pond plant. You know, some hornwort, some kabomba, Crypspiralis, an Amazon shoot from the big sword, an Amazon sword shoot from this big guy over here is in this tank, and so is another one, a little guy. So, and just another one of those lights hanging above it. Seems to be doing well. In here, I've got assassin snails. You can see them out there, and there's German blue ram, and then there's the other German blue ram in a 5.5 gallon. Just a pair in there. I'm trying to get them to breed. They've bred once. I was out of methylene blue, and they started eating the eggs. So, you know, I got methylene blue this time. Not out. Stocked up on it for sure. This is another Epistogramma cockatoides super red grow out tanks. It's 20 long here. It's doing pretty good. There's just a bunch of babies in there. You can see one in the cave there. They're around. They like to hide. There's one guy there. See him in the corner. Yeah, pretty cool. Bunch of plants in there. That's another little Amazon sword that is a runner from that big guy. So, yeah, a couple of these tanks are just DIY low-tech stuff, but you know, it works. It works. This is a betta male in here, and he's quarantined right now. He's got a little fungus going on, so we'll see what's going on with him and try to get him back into health and whatnot and things and stuff. And we'll come on over here to my 55, and this is a Venustus grow out tank. I have some some Parachromis pulchricribensis, aka rainbow cribs, in here. I got these from a guy. Can't remember his name. I haven't been able to find him on Facebook. Just got him off a Facebook group. Gave him $20 for a whole batch of fry. Pretty cool one. Sold a lot of them. Kept a lot of them. I have a Epistogramma nanacara male in here. He's another domestic abuser. I don't really like the guy. He's beat up a lot of the females that I can. Every time I can find a female to match him, he just beats them up and kills her. So he's just a really aggressive fish. So he's in the timeout tank. You know, he's in with the big boys. Same with these Buenos Aires tetras. I had 4 of these originally. Ken actually got 2 of them. LR Bretz's fish room tour of his room you can see the other 2 Buenos Aires tetras that I gave Ken, along with a couple of green barbs that had really good coloring, green tiger barbs. So yeah, and then here's my 65 tall guppy jungle here. So Got the sun on that. By the way, this tank gets daily water changes because they're pigs. So yeah, I just got to hang on back, an internal and a sponge. Just getting as much filtration as I can on the cheap there. I actually got that tank from PetSmart. Shout out to the homie Chip Larson, he works there. Told me about a really good deal down there before anybody else could go grab it, and I went and grabbed it. So he's another one of my fish friends here in the Portland metro area. Good guy, really knowledgeable. So yeah, guppies. So this is my guppy tank. Just a guppy community tank, and I have a white cloud mountain minnow in here too. And the white cloud, I just can't catch. I've been trying to catch him for months. He's sneaky. I don't want to mess up all of this crazy growth I got going on. He's just one of those fish, I just gave up on him. So, you know, he wants to be in there, he can live in there. There are some endlers in here. I try to hybridize a little bit on this mutt tank here. I don't really sell much of these. I do pull pairs. I was before I moved, and now I'm set back up again. So I'm gonna start pulling pairs in the breeding racks or trios, you know, of the best I can get. Start breeding them down, basically. I've been mixing a lot of strains in there. I've got some panda guppies that I got from the Wet Spot Tropical. I've got a few of these black Moscows. See, he's finessing the ladies there. And these are all mutt guppies that came out of the pandas, and a couple cobra guppies. And I've got some crazy endler stuff going on here. These leopard endlers. Rainbow leopards is what I like to call them. I don't know what else. I've never seen anybody else really with them. So that get as rainbow as these. I have one in here that's super duper rainbow boy, but he's not out right now. So maybe we'll catch a video on that. I've got a couple assassin snails in this tank. You can catch one of the guys right here. So there's another guy up there. You can kind of see him. And this huge thing of guppy grass has just been my seed. This started off as maybe like a baseball size from Ken a couple years ago, and I've seeded so many tanks. I mean, I've thrown out probably 20 gallons of this guppy grass at least. It's pretty crazy. And there's a bunch of shrimp in here too. I am getting the shrimp game going in this big guy. With all this growth and stuff, I threw about 30 in there, you know. So I'm running a T5 Sun Systems on this 4-bulb. That's the light I'm running. It's pretty crazy. It's a 54 watt T5. So all the frog bit and stuff extra I pulled out of one side. I tried to just keep one side clean. I'm running the big sun on here, the UV. Can't wait to get rid of this air pump. I have a room back here that I'm going to be hiding. I mean, it's a junk room right now, but I'll be honest with you, like, it's got racks and I can do some things in there, but they're just not the right size racks. So, you know, I got to get with it, clean it out. I've got a bunch of TVs and random stuff, an old antique tank. This is, you know, daily maintenance central for me. Yeah, and there's that. So that's where Guppy Gang is going to be, you know, the earnest namesake there with all these breeding racks over here. So stay tuned for that. This is just a 29 that I've got a bunch of random stuff in. There's some glass cats in there. There's one of those guys. I've got a betta or two in here, snails, some adopted tetras, and this is actually just going to be going to a school. I think I'm going to do a small canister on here, and probably do like a school of like, I think maybe 100 tetras, 100 neon tetras, and just see what happens from there. They look pretty rad, so I'm stoked. Got a canister filter down there, and I need to set up still. Got that used on a trade for like almost nothing. So yeah. But wait, there's more. You know, I got the fish food fridge, just fish food everywhere, whole bags of shrimp, etc. There's the bedded boy. His name's Aquaman. He's got some Popeye stuff going on. I think he's just getting old, but You know, he's a good guy. He's been around a while. So we'll walk over here. I've got a paludarium that I'm going to be doing. That's all Pacific Northwest stuff. I'm going to try to get a salamander from the wild, or a wild type salamander, either way, and keep it and just do some kind of native stuff there. Over here I just got this little Eclipse 15 gallon or 12 gallon or whatever it is, just pumping out shrimp. So I got plans for all a couple 20 longs that I have that are empty in this room back here. So just do a few cherry shrimp tanks and yada yada yada. And then we have Jason. This is my super red dragon flower horn. He is my pet. I need to change his water tonight, so that cleaning will be happening. But I want to get the video in. It's been a long time. I put this off a long time. Running a canister on there too, and I think it needs the filter floss done in there, changed. So, and then this guy, I'm currently shopping for a new tank for this guy. I think I want to put him in 75 or something bigger. I don't want to have to move him too much. He doesn't do too well when I move him. This is Chaka the Fahaka. So I got some old dinner of his I pulled out of there today. The leftovers that he didn't eat. I don't like to leave the shrimp in there if he doesn't eat it all. But he's a good guy. He's the bestest boy. He's been around quite a bit. I've got him from the wet spot as well. I'll say one thing. There's a kid that works at the wet spot. Well, he's not a kid. He's a young man. His name's Jebriel. If you have any questions about puffers or shrimp or anything like that, definitely hit that guy up. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to puffers. He's breeding a lot of the different species. I know he's trying to breed some Sumatran red eyes in captivity, which apparently is super hard. So, and again, Endler's in here too, and Chaka picks off a couple here and there, but not too many. Typically, if I just don't feed him, so. But he eats healthy, as you can see from all the snail shells in there. And I cannot say this enough. This scoop I got just off Amazon. It's got this diamond mesh in it, but it's deep, and it allows the sand to fall through when I clean it, which is super rad. So you can get a lot of the snail shells out of there. Keeps the nitrites down. Blah 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 blah. Running a canister on here, a hang on back. And I'm going to be putting some air, a big sponge in, or just a medium sponge in there when I get this air rolling. Here's the backside, the utility side of these 20 longs. I'll be doing a 20 long on each one of these racks with a 10 on the end. So all my tanks, no matter how you fit them on these racks, it doesn't matter. So, and that 20 long that's over there will be moving over to here, and the paludarium will be moving over to there, which is where I this stand here. And I put that there because I've always hit my head on this thing. I'm taller than it. This is my eye height, so you see you'll hit it. So that's where we're at on that. Have a nice little paludarium. It'll break up the room, have them one side painted black. Always pull filter sand in effect, scrubbies. This is these Home Depot racks. Got my squeegee too. I scrub down here regularly. Oh, sneak peek, guys. So yeah, like I said, no matter what I do with the 10s, and these are all just going to be guppy breeding stuff and epistos. No matter what I do with the 10s, they all fit landscape. So I think that's super rad. So you can, the whole time you get to see the whole tank. You don't have to do it all, peeping in on ends. It's not more efficient either way. If I line them up, there's no way to fit any more than 5 tanks on each shelf. So pretty excited about that. All right, guys. So yeah, I got that 45 tall there too. We're gonna do something with that down there. Who knows? Chaka might be going to there temporarily, or this 55. Probably, who knows? I haven't decided yet, so we're getting there. I always come across tanks for free and stuff like that. And ta-da! And this is why I chose to start off my fish channel. I wanted to be a guy that can show you how to do it. Just, you know, like, really, I just started one tank at a time and I built it up. So I have all this cool stuff, but it could get better, and it can get better with these commercial air pumps. So I got some ethylene blue in the works again. A couple sponge filters. They're really small. I'm gonna try them on the 10s because I clean this filter every water change, and I do water changes on the smaller tanks that have stock in them. Yeah, at least minimum 50% on every tank once a week. Some tanks are daily. You know, when you have a fish room, you have a weird little schedule. I'm not a guy that writes things down. I keep it all in my head. I can do it. It works for me. Eventually, there will come a day when that doesn't, and I'm hoping that's not anytime soon. But I got my air pumps. I got my outlets. Got my my gang valves. Some sponge filters. I need to order some more. I'm just waiting for the one that I want to come back in stock. Because I'm buying a bulk pack. I think it's like 50 filters for $80 of this next size up, which are, I believe, these guys. So the 40-gallon filters. So those are my favorite, and I want to put those in the 10s so I can not have to clean the filters every single water change, because not having a backup filter is not cool. Got a breeding box. Never had one of those. It's one of the air-powered breeding box. It just look cool. I might just grow moss in it. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. You can never go wrong with a breeding box. I bought this roll of black airline tubing. That's 300 meters. So what? 900 feet of airline tubing there. And it came with a bunch of check valves. Came with like a bunch of T valves, a bunch of adjustment valves, suction cups for my airlines. Never have enough suction cups. That was $25.99 on Amazon. Nice high quality black steel. I mean, it's from China, but it feels great. It honestly feels more silicone than the rubber tubing that I got. That was name brand, which I won't mention. Black Aqueon. I mentioned it. Sorry. It's hard, and it doesn't stay fitted around the sponge filters very long. I'm constantly cutting the tip off of them. Methylene blue. Get a lot of fry. Usually all I got to do is crank the heat up and pretty much everything breeds. I got some silicone tubing. It's a little bit thicker gauge but the same inner diameter, in case I just need to run some utility lines that I can split towards the end or whatever. Blah de blah de blah. You guys know how it goes. But thanks for tuning in. This is like the real me, you know, not all like coy and shy. I'm trying to start a YouTube channel here. I have zero intentions or goals except for just to show people how cool keeping fish is. Like, it's legit. Honestly, I was at a real low point in my life, super depressed, and I had an Oscar for a few years. I really didn't take care of it properly. I did a bunch of research after it died, and decided I wanted to keep fish responsibly. Came across Ken, who told me about LR Brett's, keep stuff naturally. And I dove down the rabbit hole, started watching Corey from Aquarium Co-op's videos, LR Brett's, a few other guys on there, definitely King of DIY for sure, you know, and my hobby has considerably grown, and I'm growing with it. I'm a little bit organized now, somewhat. It still seems like a messy fish room, but I mean, this is clean for me. It's my basement, you know. I haven't really done much. So I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Just hit the like and subscribe button, and I'd very much appreciate it, you know. Any kind of help growing the channel is great. I mean, the more it grows, the more time I'll put into it. And I'm a contractor in my day-to-day life, and I don't mind throwing a couple bucks at some quality production. I'm pretty fluent technologically, so yeah, just another cool video for me, I guess, the first one. Cheers, guys.